What's going on, guys? This is Sister Fister here, back again with another trip report. This is going to be about my first time doing acid. I was around 17, maybe 18. I'm not too sure because my memory's a little fuzzy from around this time. I did a lot of psychedelics. I hadn't bought acid from this plug before. I'd bought concentrates and I bought weed from them, but I hadn't bought any acid or any psychedelics from them. I figured it was worth a shot and I hadn't found any acid because in my area, acid is really rare. It's like hard to find for me. I don't know if it's hard for anybody else. I've talked to one person and they said, yeah, the area I'm in, you will not find acid here. It's rare as shit. They said, like, up in their area, they have acid, but down here, not really. This time in my life was one of the only times I had a consistent acid plug. Now, I still have contact with this plug, but they don't sell acid like that. When I opened my plug's Telegram and I saw they had acid, I had to get that shit. And when I saw that they had fucking THC infused edibles, I had to get that shit too. I was asked if I could meet at this mall that was around 15 miles from my house. So I was like, fuck it, let's make the drive. It's acid. And it was not that bad. You know, it wouldn't be that bad if I went to the right mall, but I did not go to the right mall. I went to the wrong mall in the opposite direction. So I had to fucking tell the plug I went to the wrong place. I'll be there soon. They asked like fucking ETA and I fucking say fucking 25 minutes and that was wrong. It was like fucking 40 or some bullshit because it was fucking hard as shit to get back down there from where I was at. I get to the fucking mall I have to be at and I'm searching around and I'm fucking not getting any messages. I have shit ass service. I have dick. All my messages like fucking load up and they say I'm in front of the dicks or some shit. I don't know how that shit happened. But fucking, I'm just fucking like, what car? Fucking some random fucking plug card. Walk up, buy the acid, buy the fucking edibles, get back to my car, dip home. Fucking, finally, I got it. And I put this motherfucker that's in tinfoil in my fucking box that protects it against fucking UV light. I wasn't gonna trip that night because it was a fucking school night or some shit. I had planned to take it that coming up weekend so that way I could actually enjoy my trip. I didn't have an exact date planned for this, but I just knew it was going to be a weekend and I wanted to trip as soon as possible. So I'm just waiting and I think I have like not a rough week in school, but just fucking a week where I'm like, I got a fucking trip or some shit. And I fucking come home from school on Friday and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get some homework done first, right? Because I gotta get this shit done. Shortly before I'm done doing my homework, though, my parents come home with dinner, and it's this burger place. And it's this big ass burger, this thick patty, this fucking thick bread. Not like a little McDonald's burger where it's easy to put down, you can chop it down, but this is like a fucking burger. And I get it in my fucking room, and I drop the fucking tabs first. Now, at the time, I didn't know that all tabs aren't the fucking same, which seems obvious, but I didn't do any fucking research at this time. So, I just fucking assumed like two tabs means fucking probably like a couple grams of mushrooms, because that's all I'd done at that point. And I'd asked my friend who'd done acid at this point. I think he did acid, but I don't fucking know. Because this motherfucker didn't know shit. I sent him pictures, so I mean, if he knew fucking anything, he should have fucking known about these motherfuckers. Because anybody who fucking trips knows what I'm gonna fucking say next. These fucking red triangle fucking gel tabs of acid fucking hit hard. They aren't like 100 fucking UGs a tab. They're fucking 300, 350 a tab, and I had two of them. I hadn't done acid. I barely done mushrooms at this point. My friend tells me to take two of these motherfuckers, and I don't know shit, so I'm like, alright, that seems like a good fucking time to me. I'm fine with a fucking big ass trip. And then he tells me something else. He tells me to put it under my tongue so that way I get more nerve receptors and I trip harder, so I do that. We were either on a normal cell phone call or we were on FaceTime, but I can't remember. We were just cutting this shit, waiting for my tabs to hit, and fucking within like literally 5 or 10 minutes, these motherfuckers hit. And they're fucking intense. These motherfuckers are crazy. I've only tripped harder once, and I will tell that story another time. But I will probably not take this fucking level of acid in a long time or ever. This is a insane amount. Never take 700 UGs of acid on your first time. It is crazy. Like literally, I'm about to fucking explain it all. Fucking first thing I noticed, I looked over at my cell phone and the whole fucking screen was fucking flipped upside down. But my phone was right side up, cause like, and I checked too, cause I was fucking pressing my home button, checking, making fucking sure. But my screen was flipped upside down, and I couldn't use my phone. It was completely inoperable. So, but fucking my vision was fine at this point for the most part. So I was like, I'm not gonna be able to function in 5 minutes. So I gotta put on some YouTube videos or something. I ended up putting on this one fucking YouTuber named Dallas Soup, and he was reacting to these videos, and fucking at one point like I had to pause the video because like I was tripping too hard and the noises were bothering me, and I just started pacing around my fucking room. Now at this point in time, it is very important to realize that my perception of time is so weird. I'm not fucking conscious while I'm doing this. I'm doing this unconsciously. I'm waking up sporadically, fucking pacing back and forth, and I'm terrified because I'm like, what if when I pace back next time, I'm gonna fucking end up in the road or something? And that manifested itself. I fucking heard sirens. I heard my family's fucking cries or fucking criticizing me for taking acid, and I was scared, man. Like if I had a trip sitter, I'd have been fine. Like I know that. Like not fine, it's fucking 700 UGs, but I would have been cooler. But when I was just alone, I felt just like I was just trapped in my anxiety fueled like fucking fit, and it was crazy. I literally saw sirens outside, but there was no fucking cop cars. There was nothing. Just I was envisioning lights, and I was hearing this like trumpet sound or like these saxophone music or this music or something, and it was crazy. And fucking I remember like looking over at my computer monitor, and the YouTuber I was watching, I paused at this screen, and he had like his face in this whole fucking monitor, and he wrote ass on his fucking forehead, and that fucking that ass was literally turning into a third eye. It was crazy. I don't know how to fucking explain that shit. It was crazy. And any face I saw looked like a fucking third eye. Shortly after that, I'm going in and out of conscious, so I'm not remembering shit. And I remember like at one point in time, I don't know if this is true because I tried to look this shit up and I haven't found anything fucking talking about this, but my friend started saying to me, either in the trip or in real life or some shit, talking about these things called like the little blue neighborhoods, and just stare at them and focus. And like I saw them, and they were like, it started as just one, and then they just engulfed my vision, and it was crazy. Like it was like just little blue dots, like the little blue neighborhoods. Like it's like a if you're looking out from fucking an airplane at a neighborhood and it's completely pitch black and it's crazy, and like my vision's going crazy, like my visuals are crazy, but not like too crazy, like not like I'm seeing shit, but like I don't like colors, like I'm like seeing different colors, like or more vibrant colors. Like I was seeing smoke. I thought the house was on fire, and I was like coming in and out of conscious doing different things. I remember I was on my bed at one point laying face down, like talking about like everything's in a loop, like the whole life's in a loop, and I was thinking like I was imagining this fucking like cylinder thing, like imagine a revolver or some shit or a clock, and it was like ticking like in a fucking ominous way. I don't know how to describe it. It's very surreal, but like fucking that shit was trippy as shit. And I fucking somehow got some sort of fucking life meaning at the time. Like all the whole universe is in a loop, and once we die and everything, it starts back over. And to an extent, I've carried that on to the rest of my life. But to an extent, it's just a trip, so I don't think too much about it nowadays. But at the time and shortly thereafter, like I was really holding on to that shit. This whole trip was really like that. Like it was really like a surreal trip. And I remember at one point there was this big voice, and it felt like God was talking to someone. And it felt like obviously it was me, but like you just fucking like what you imagine God sounding like fucking booming voice. He says something along the lines of, I've shown you the edge of the universe, and now everything else is up to you. And that was really spooky to me, because there's some things in a trip that just feels real, and then you kind of get over it, and then you're like, it's not really that real. And then there's some things that are like, that make you question reality. Because before this trip, I was an atheist. Then after that, I just kind of was like, oh, there's probably a God. There's probably something. It was honestly genuinely crazy. And after this, I fucking like start pacing because I start getting this anxiety attack, and I fucking think my house is on fire or there's something, and I fucking start looking outside my room and fucking like going out, like looking out fucking side, like outside my house. I ended up walking out in my front driveway in my underwear to see if there was any fire that I'm missing. This is one of the most cringiest things I did on this trip. And then I decided to go inside, put some pants on, and then go for a walk. And I think I was still on the phone with my friend at this point, but like my memory's so hazy. Time at this point was very fragile. I'd look at my phone and it would say like fucking 8:30, and then I'd look again and then it would say fucking like 11 or 12, and then I'd look again and it'd say fucking like 9 o'clock. And it was just weird. Like I had no idea what time it was. So at any point in this story, one of these events could have happened before or after or at the same time or right after each other. I don't know. I genuinely do not remember it as a cohesive story. I'm trying as best as I can, but it's not easy to fucking make this shit coherent. At this point in time, I'm like walking out and I'm on the phone with my friend and he's like, "Look at the stars." And I look at the stars and they're like laser beams. Like everything outside felt like an arcade or some shit. Like I fucking lasers were shining in my face from the fucking stars. Every light object was like piercing. It was a piercing light and it was fucking crazy, and I couldn't even take it for long, and I went back inside. And I think I did this like 2 times. I'd go outside and fucking walk up my street and I'd be like, "Oh, I look like I'm fucking a drug addict. I'm probably stumbling and shit. I need to go home. This is not okay. I'm gonna get pulled over by the cops. I'm gonna get fucking arrested." And I'd go home. And I did it one more time. And then I remember sitting on the curb or some shit, just like fucking holding my head. And I was like, "No, I gotta go home if I'm like this." And when I get home, I'm just as fucking paranoid. I'm like, fucking, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then at one point, I fucking just say, fuck it. And I fucking left my room, went into my parents' room, and I told my mom I was on acid. And fucking, she was like, fucking, what are all of you on? What all have you done? And fucking, I'm incoherent. I can't fucking speak. It's terrifying. I think I'm about to get all my shit taken away. Then we fucking go on the couch and fucking I think I just fucking like just sit with her fucking until I calm down. And then once I calm down, I get up and fucking I tell her I'm fine now. I'm calmed down. I just gotta go lay down. I can't talk right now. I gotta go lay down. And I fucking go lay down and fucking I chill out. I don't know what I do. I think I like listen to like podcasts or fucking I watch YouTube videos. I know at some point fucking I just started like zoning out and fucking letting time pass. And then I think I peaked. At one point, I peaked and I started coming down. And I was at that point where like I'd go sober for like a certain period of time and think, oh, my trip's over. And then I'd fucking ramp back up. And fucking I'd go sober and I ramp back up, and it was crazy. I fucking told my friend I'm fine. I told my mom I'm on acid. He's like, bro, no. Fucking, why'd you tell your mom you're on acid? And I'm like, fucking, I don't know, man. Fucking, I'm fucked up. And he's like, all right, fine, I'll talk to you later. And we fucking hang up. I go lay down and I start watching YouTube videos. And I go to this one channel called Emplemon. And there was this video called There Will Never Be Another Simpsons Episode Like Homer's Enemy. And I didn't fucking like process that the meme was they made the Simpsons green. Cause at my brain, like fucking could not process why are the Simpsons green? I kept asking myself, why are the Simpsons green? Why are they green? Why are they green? Why are the Simpsons green? They're yellow. They're supposed to be yellow. They're green. And fucking I watched the video and it was tripping me out because I thought that I was actually seeing them as green. But no, they was like color hued up to be green. But I was tripping balls at this point still. Like I didn't realize it, but I was. Like I was at the point where I didn't know I was tripping, but I was tripping. Then I go outside and fucking look around at fucking leaves and fucking like different textures, because when you're tripping you like to look at different textures because it's fucking dope. And I'm tripping at this point, but I'm not tripping like I am on my come up. I'm fucking just chilling, I'm vibing, and I'm spacing out and shit, looking at different patterns. And I'm fucking there with my dog, and I'm chilling, petting my dog, and I feel so safe because I like see my dog looking at the door. I'm like, if anything comes through that door to try and hurt me, she's gonna just pounce that motherfucker. She's gonna fucking tear that motherfucker up. And I'm like, yeah, I feel safe. Like, and then I start like because when you're on psychedelics near an animal, like you get this fucking like bond with them. I don't know what it is, but when you're on psychedelics next to an animal, it makes you feel
Like you're like it's like a little robot thing. It's so fucking like weird. It makes me giggle every fucking time. And fucking I just developed this bond with my dog that I feel like I kind of developed because of this acid trip, and I don't know how to explain it. It felt like my dog knew I was tripping in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt fucking weird and cool. It was badass. And that was one of the last trippy things I really did for the night. I kind of just settled down after this and played some Halo. Closer to the morning when the sun comes up, I start wanting to smoke and I don't have any weed. And the edibles I bought I had already taken. I start rummaging through all my fucking like stashes, try to find anything, and all I have are the crumbs from fucking the edibles. So I fucking crumble up a fucking ball of this shit, put it in my bowl, light that shit and torch it hard as shit. Fucking torching it, inhaling as hard as I can, and then I fucking cleared that shit, and I swear to God, motherfucker, I swear to God I got high. I swear I got high, and I just fucking played some Halo and I chillaxed. And that was my first time doing acid. I hope y'all enjoyed.